Welcome back guys to another Shapes 2 video. I believe this run will be going through some more side tasks. We're starting to get a few more available to us to complete before moving on to the next milestone. So to keep in that same pattern, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's first have a quick look at what we are going to be working on in this video. So we have the CRYOCEPTION badge that looks like so. We have the crushing power, and we'll probably do one more. Yeah, I think, is that locked? I think that's locked until we get rid of we unlock the next milestone. So the third and final one for this video is going to be the Shield DEVOURER. Cool name. So those are the three. If you're stuck or need help on any of these, this is the video for you. And of course, if you're just following along, also, obviously the video for you. Okay, let's get started. What are we working on? I believe this is our previous side task. Where's the green underneath it? What? Maybe we've run out. It's here. Oh, right. Okay. No, I diverted at the last minute because I think this shape was lagging behind the final shape because of the way that we had routed before. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and clear all of this, leave the colors up for now, just for ease of use, and pin our next shape. Okay, CRYOCEPTION, what have we got? So, end shape, we have one made out of gears, and then the second and third here both made out of the hexagons. And then of course three separate colors, teal, purple and white. But they don't start off that way. So first we have blue, and then that changes to teal, and then down here we have the gear that first starts off as teal and then changes to white. Alright. It looks like that we aren't doing any swapping in this shape. We are doing a bit of cutting, but no swapping, and we're not reusing the 2/3 of any of these shapes anywhere else. So it doesn't really matter in which order we cut or paint our shapes. So I think I'm still gonna paint them first, but mainly because the paint is near the top already. So we'll get that sorted, and then we'll just cut our shape and have that start funneling through. Okay, so let's get our paint up and running. We have hexagons on the left here, and gears on the right, which will stagger slightly, and then of course got our other hexagons that we'll need for our third, fourth and fifth shape over here. So let's grab some blue. And send it across. Coming down, and we're going to need a cutter as well. What shape are we looking for? Whoop. There we go. So we're cutting 4 pieces of the 6, and then we're deleting the excess. That's simple. And then of course channeling that straight in the bottom here. Now our next shape that we'll be creating has the exact same thing going on. But it's not here, it's actually over here. Mind you, the gear shape again has the same thing. So we might as well check that there and here. We may move this across, but we're just setting it up for now. And for ease of combination, we'll go ahead and we'll rotate this now. So I believe we'll need, 180 degree rotation. We're going to rotate, throw that down, and we'll need the same thing for our other piece. No, that's the same one. We will not need to rotate our second hexagonal piece at all, actually. So that's looking good. We'll let that keep going through. Next, we'll need teal. So that can just replace the blue line here. We'll get that set up so we're visually prepared. The second hexagonal shape, let's belt it across here. We won't need this coming all the way across, but we will still need the white. So the second hexagonal, we are looking like that. And painted purple, and it'll stay purple the whole time. Thankful about that. Unfortunately, we've blocked off our purple paint mixer. But an easy solution. First of all, we should have that out double. But we want to take this out one. Ooh. Do not need to select both of those. So this will come out. Okay. Will a tunnel work for us here? Oh, it's a little bit convoluted, isn't it? Let's have the tunnel come out here. And then what we can do with the green is extend that. Brilliant. And it automatically extends the underneath part. That's fantastic. And we could extend the red too. Yeah. Oop. That's not what to do. Getting rid of this tunnel and then putting another in. Ta-da! We got there. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then instead the teal can just replace this line as well. It doesn't like that actually. Huh. What if we did this? Then we don't have to do the first one at all. Now we're replacing the blue. So we'll soon be painting that shape teal instead of blue. We can unlock that. Now, okay, back to our purple. We have made at least a little bit of space now. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that's what we want to see. And we want that purple over here on this third one to colour our second gears. Alright, so we have ended up using a small tunnel. Yes, tunnel. With the teal, just so the purple can be filtered straight through here. We'll then tunnel the purple underneath the teal. And then we can simply bring it up and across and tunnel through here. Perfect. Now, has that still got blue in it? No, it's finally gone through, so we should start seeing a teal cyan come through here. The purple's coming down, being cut, and then we'll want that to be stacked upon. Oh my goodness, not meant to do that. Actually, I do want one more. So we want to stack it here, and we want the purple one on top, which is the right. Get rid of this, throw that in, and then we'll also use a bypass because we still want just the teal. We still need to deliver 5,000 of those, but we're also delivering 5,000 of the combined shapes. So that's what that's about. Now let's work on this gear coloring, which will initially also be, nope, we need to go one back from that so it has room to tunnel. It won't let you, let's see, it won't let you turn and tunnel at the same time. The tunnel can only be on after a straight, oh wait, the tunnel has to be straight. You can bend into it of course, but you can't bend and tunnel on the same time. So we are making 2 lots of that, so that can easily support 2 painters here. Huh. Yeah, but we may need to, I don't know, connect up the gears perhaps? What do you reckon? That would be helpful. So it's being painted, and then it should be being cut. And then we want the gears in the same orientation as this cyan hexagon shape, so we'll copy this as well. And we don't technically need this joiner, it's more for the visuals, but because we've pressed the space, we'll take it back so we can then immediately tunnel underneath that. And then from there we also want to be stacking this on top of that shape. How can we do this easily? I meant to copy that. And we want the right on top again, so that's perfect. What we could do, we'll remove this and just extend it down some. So then this particular section of the space belt only has the shape that's going to be beneficial to stack. And then we can send that back in. We also need just 5,000 of those. And the final shape for this is exactly the same as what's being created here. It's just that this is being painted white. So we can grab our whites. Bring that around. Okay. That tunnel won't be long enough to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the max is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go under 4. Which means what we can do to resolve that is tunnel this pipe. And then just have it come around like that. Which will give us the room necessary to tunnel under. Once that's finished, we can just replace that tunnel. Okay, and that should be this first task done. Just need to wait for that to finish up so we can remove the any bypasses and clean it up. Shall we start the next? While I had the recording pause and was thinking, we unlock this next one. Should I say finish the next one? Which means we don't need that anymore. And then after we finish this one, we can remove that as well, which will be coming soon. I'm just having to think about another station we could potentially make. Perhaps just up here. We're not usually using this second painting station. Without trying to avoid having to build a new train network again with more miners and all of that, we could make use of this shape station and this shape line, and perhaps rail in another painting platform about here that is a bit close to this one, but it could work. We could do something like this. Copy that and flip it. So maybe that's the go here. We've finished our next shape, so let's remove this bypass and just wait for the final couple to complete. We will still need to be replacing that cyan with white though. That'll probably work pretty well. Now I just need to work on getting it filled. We probably don't need the second one. Probably. We'll leave everything else there as a placeholder. But we will need to double back, like so. Can we just have that go straight? I think so. Then the trains, when they come back, they won't need to go through this part again. They can just go straight back. So all the trains are going right because of the way that this rail routing works. So it's going to jump in here, and then they stop off at these color stations for turning around and going and filling up these ones as well. Now the downside to this is of course that they'll initially be dumping all of their paint cargo in here, which means that these will dry up. However, yeah, we're done here, so let's stop that. Get rid of the teal. Perfect. Press I to clear that out, and we'll add that back in. Perfect. Okay, but I'm hoping we have enough trains. I think we do to fill at least 2 sets of color. And with any luck, we won't need to do anything with our current shape setup. and we'll be able to run 2 separate factories in tandem. Things work out well for us. So let's pin this next side shape, the crushing power. Now the final one. Very interesting shape. There's 4 different colors too, that's annoying. How does it start off though? Just with 2 separated triangle pieces. Okay. So even with the final piece here, we'll need all 3 shapes. We've got obviously the flower shape and at least two belts worth. Then we have the gear shape and the hexagon shape, which I think we can get away with 1/3 of the belt each. But unfortunately, they're both different colors to the flower shape that they're being combined with. That's okay, we can work with that. Let's have a look at our cutters real quick. We have already made an asymmetrical cutter that cuts the shape that we're after. And then we should have... Actually, I don't think we do. Okay. That's okay, we can create our own. So this is going to have the correct positioning of the segments. I'm going to go ahead and throw that up here. And then this is going to mean we're going to have 3 lots of that correct segment. So with these 2 blueprints, we should be able to design one in such a way that it creates 3 times of this orientation. Currently, if we remove the left one and bring it down 1, that's what we're currently creating, that shape. And we just want this up 1, really, that's it. Sounds easy enough. So let's visually demonstrate that. This design isn't immediately helpful for me. What if I grabbed the nuclear one and had a gaze at that real quick? Alright, the shapes are coming down. So we cut in half. Right, okay, that's what we want to do. And then all of a sudden, we end up with 2 shapes. And if we cut those 2 shapes, we'll have 2 lots of that orientation. And let's just clear some space for us. Put the cutter here. Cut once, cut twice. Take that in. And we'll probably need a lengthier platform, but we can get rid of this, get rid of that because that's done, and then combine the 2 here. Well, not quite. that, we obviously need to rotate first, and then use the swapper, which is true. But we'll also rotate that. Aha! And that's our third correctly positioned piece. And then of course, we just want to rotate all of these in the same direction as well. 1, 2, 3 before we send them out. So that's the basic plan here. And I may even design this little setup just to fit in 2 columns rather than expanding into 4. We'll need some more vertical length and need to do a bit more fancy jumping, but it can certainly work. So why don't we set that up? So if we come back across to here, just get rid of most of this so our screen isn't too cluttered. The first 3 steps are the same, I believe. We end up with these 2 shapes in this orientation. So if we have a look over here, well, it's like it's at the same orientation. Yeah, it is. Okay. We'll see just in here. Got the same 2 shapes in the same orientation. So if we just copy this section and put that here, let's get rid of this for the time being. That's what we copied over from our other design. We're going to send this, cut that, and bring it down to, then we're going to get this section and throw it in here. Perfect. All of a sudden we have our nuclear things right here, and then doing weird stuff that we don't want. But we're getting there. Okay, so we've got the nucleus. We'll just cut everything here, bring it down and out of the way. We're not going to need some of that. And now this is what we've got. We've got the design right here. Now let's see if we can turn this into 2 belts. So we'll simply just get rid of all of that. And bring at least these 2 in now. So now we have the same orientation at least. Let's put a quick pause on this because I'm noticing that our pin task is no longer counting up. Let's go and investigate. Got nothing coming through. And it looks like this line is holding us up. And why is that? We're out of white paint. And the white paint is not being produced because we're out of cyan. We've got plenty of green and blue coming through. It's backed up even. But for some reason we're only using the one painter for the cyan, so I don't quite understand that actually. Oh, this. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? That's been there the whole time? I've put a belt tunnel in here instead of a pipe tunnel. And the reason why that it started counting up initially is because we had already had some white paint in here that was already made. Oh my goodness. Alright. There we go. That That should be fixed now. That's a silly mistake, but an easy fix. Alright. Now let's get back to our redesign, shall we? Where were we? Ah yes. I've removed the top 2 layers so we could work. So to give us some space to work with this right lane, we're going to yeet the left out of the way. So we'll copy that and flip it. So we've got the desired. Actually, ideally we would like that in this orientation, wouldn't we? So if we don't rotate it, and just bring it straight in, we'll have what we want in the right orientation straight away. Mind you, yeah, I just had a quick look through the side tasks here, and it doesn't look like we're going to need that particular shape in any other orientation that is easily seeable to me. So I'm happy to leave it in this orientation and design this to best fit the crushing power side task. Okay, so that's done, that's complete. We can get rid of that now. Now with this second, the left-hand side of this nuclear shape, now we want to rotate this one before cutting it like we did previously. Huh. We're not going to have enough space though. Yes we will. We'll just yeet that. And now we have 2. Which we can now combine together. So 2/3 of our shape is now in the correct placement and orientation. And I hope this isn't confusing. We're obviously working with the flower shape, but we will need the hexagon. But this is just a blueprint, right? So we can copy and paste that for the hexagon shape easily. Ah, okay. So this is our last piece here. We need to somehow get that to join up with this one here, which means we'll have to throw that again. Then we might throw it a little bit later. Get rid of this. Jeez, we're getting really close to the end here. Yuck. Why do we have that? What is that doing? Okay, let's clear this up. We don't need that anymore. We can get rid of these 2. And then condense this a bit. So cutting all of that design and throwing that up. And we want let's clear it up. This should be coming back with something though. What's going on here? What's wrong? Oh, did I mess up? Very possible. I think when I condensed it, I didn't account for everything. So that receiver, I think, is up here now. Which means if I cut it out, and then can I cut that? Probably not actually. Okay, let's just undo the condensed part. Okay. And work with what we currently have here, and then we can go back over it and see if we can fix anything up after we've finished this. So we want, of course, a swapper, ideally here, and we want that piece in a good orientation to properly match up with this final piece on the left. We've finished this, so let's unlock that, and we can pause everything that we're doing here, like so. Not that really matters. Okay, back to this. We want the final shape here to be in the closest orientation to this. So all we need is one rotator, and then we can combine it all. That'll come down, this will combine, but this will need to rotate, but only once. We only have room for one rotation. We can, of course, just shift everything up so we have more, but let's try and make it a little bit compact at least. So with that in mind, we throw this like so, and do a 180 rotation here. Then all we'll need is that rotation there. Perfect. Alright. So let's see if we can streamline this at all. It looks like we can remove two here. But that's not the case because of this launcher. This launcher needs this amount of space to throw that in like so. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Some of you guys have probably seen this way earlier than now. And obviously being a little bit slow here, but check out this left shape. That kind of looks like what we need, right? All we need to do is split that and we're done. Instead, combining it with a shape that is unhelpful and just making more work for ourselves? I mean, seriously. My apologies. Let us rework this. So we'll grab this monstrosity, we'll copy it, and we'll paste it into another line here, so we can see the comparison. We'll make it start at the same point as well. So up to here is good. We'd even like the rotation, but we're not swapping anymore. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Let's get rid of all of this. Now instead, what we want to do is cut. And for that other piece, we'll just get that out of the way for now. Wow. Whoa, look at that. We have 2/3 of the shape done up here, way up here. Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. Now let's get these in the right orientation. So we'll use a 180 here. Combine them straight away. And then throw them out. Now for this final piece, we just need to cut, rotate one side, and then add it back together. Oop. Let's get our cutter in place. And then we rotate one and swap them both. That's going to produce what we want. An easy fix to not have enough space here is instead of throwing these across up here, we can go one further down, throw it down here, and that's going to be great because that'll give us room back here. We can rotate that in the right orientation, and Bob's your uncle. So how much more compact is that? Yeah, considerably. Alrighty. That is looking much better. Now we just need to fill out this platform and make it all look neat. So we'll get rid of all of this. Yep. Oh, no. No, just that layer, thank you. And the top's already gone. This needs to go. We'll copy and paste that onto the far left. We don't need this anymore, or that. Or that. Wait, what was that for? I can't remember. Anyway, get rid of that. Whee. Now we just need the design of, what was it? I think that's what we had. So we want to make that into this. So we're just replacing the middle part, really. Yeah. So if we, whoa, nope. Zoom in a little bit, and then we're just cutting out that section. So all we have left is what we need here. Oh, what? That fits in perfectly. You're kidding me. The exact same vertical height. That one. I was imagining we're gonna have to cut this maybe and then bring it down or bring it up like that, which is fairly easy to do, but man, if I don't even have to do that, that's perfect. So now I'm just copying and pasting that all over. Just a small hiccup here where we need to join that manually. Then we take all of this, copy and flip, and then rotate twice. Wunderbar. And then what I'm doing that's helpful now is that I'm not just copying this part, or should I say this part, but I'm also copying the belts before and after, so I don't have to manually join anything together. So I'll copy that, and then I need to place it into the other levels. Undo, like so, and then the top level as well. Brilliant. And now that that's done, I can delete these two and just copy that 3 times. And there we have it. We've got our new blueprint, which we can save in the right manner. Okay, so that's the name. That's our blueprint icons, telling ourselves we're able to create 3 full belts of this, because of the way that we designed it. And simply save. Now does that work? For other designs, as in the naming, sort of. We don't usually add the other. I just put multiplier instead of how many. That's a bit strange. Oh well, I'm not going to change it for now. Okay, all of that done. Just for this one shape. Obviously unnecessary. We could arrange the shape with different platforms and things like this, but I thought I might as well take you guys through the process of creating a new blueprint. Right. Now what are we doing? This is all finished up now, so we don't need any of that. we really started over here? No. Well, not really. But, you know what, I'm going to work here anyway, to get used to having the paint on the right. We should just be able to use our painters and then flip it and rotate it. Easy. We've got the paint input on the right now. Not a problem. Right, okay, so let's give us at least a little bit of space. Nope, let's do a bit more. And then we'll get our newly designed blueprint. Yeah. Now, we do not need more than one. If this top two triangles were, what should I say, two segments were also hexagon, then we could use two. But we don't, we really only need the one for the ratios here. So let's move that, throw this up, and then we'll need just the one for the gears as well, which we do not need to stagger because we're not painting. Okay. The flowers, and the flowers are going to need a different blueprint. They're cut for asymmetrical. Okay, let's have a quick look at what we're working with now while we look and get our paints in order. So we're flipping, pressing F once, and rotating twice. And now we've got the paint input on the right hand side. We need to paint here, and paint there. Okay. So each of those shapes look correct, in the right orientation and the right cut as well. The benefit of just using one of these platforms is we're only using a third of the potential output of these loaders. So that's nice. Okay, first things first, let's get this teal up and running. Where is our teal? Here, perfect. Combine those. Let's jump up here. Naughty. Let's try that again. There we are. Teal's in, and then that can be built straight across. Done. Next one, red flower. Let's grab our red. Easy pipe in here. And then we want those two to be combined. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with the positioning of that. Give us a bit of room to get this out of the way if we need to, which we will. Let's combine these with a simple stacker. And of course we'll create a bypass because we still need those. So that's the first and second shape should be completed. We're now looking at number 3. We need another one of these, but we're already using a full belt. Luckily for us, we're able to also use this middle shape station here. So let's copy that, and we'll also need it painted, so we'll copy that too. Oop. And throw that here. Now we're looking for yellow this time. Our yellow is all the way over here. So let's remove that. Combine the yellow like so. And bring it up. A. No, I don't want you combining. Oh. Okay. Alright, we got there. Alright, bit messy, but we made it. Don't tell the devs. For this next shape, we want that on top of the previous one that we've been creating. And because it's coming from the left, we're going to need a left stacker. Bring it in. And we won't combine this just yet because this belt is carrying this shape as well. It's not going to be useful for us. But we can route the output and we'll soon be able to route that. Now after yellow, we then change this top shape to white. And we are missing something at the moment. So let's route this teal. To this white mixer here. And rather than joining it up here, which would be fine, we could even have the white start coming across now and join it up way down here. So we're not waiting as long for the white to come through this belt. We can immediately cut it off when we're finished with it and have all the white come through here instead. Now I'm seeing another problem. No, that should be good. That should come out white. Yeah, beautiful. Now, last but not least, a purple gear. So we've got it cut already. We've got the painter set up. We just need to route the purple. Should be easy enough, right? He says tentatively. Let's use a bridge here and use the purple and bring that across like so. Alright, this shape's done. Let's get rid of that. Unlock, which means we can now route that belt into here. So we're now delivering both of these shapes. We've got quite a long line, so if I'm mindful of this, I could delete this second lane early, maybe when we reach 4,500, and then all the shapes in here should continue to count up to the 5,000 required. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I'd like to do with this shape, we're adding this into the eventual white flower, or most of it. We'll take this across here and throw that into another stacker. Now that will come across, but it's the wrong color at the moment, so we'll leave that. And then we can just add the output back into here as that top shape needs to be put on top of this other one that we're making. Looking pretty good. Okay, Was that our last one? No, we have one more. Fantastic. Well, while we wait for this to work itself out, we can remove all of this, because this is now an old side task, and start working on the next. Let's pin these. The shapes look pretty easy. The main concern will be the colours now. Two secondary colours and one white. Not too big of a deal. Do need a lot of flour, but that's going to throttle us a bit, at least while we're still using it over here on the right. Okay. Let's start off with just the yellow. Straightforward enough. We'll need a painting station. Throw the yellow in like that. Easy. Next. We need another flower, which will eventually come from over here. But for now, we'll build that across. Painting that green. The green will then be stacked on top, so we need right on top. The yellow flower will come across. We belt it in like so. And we've got the yellow. Oh, we need a second yellow, right. Which we could get the third flower from over here when that's done. Speaking of being done, this is now complete, so we can remove all of that. So we'll have a third flower coming in, but for now we'll grab from here. That's going to be yellow too. Let's see, nope, we won't do that. We will do this though. Which means the yellow can come in. We split from here. And this yellow comes on top. I think we want it a bit closer to. We'll get rid of that. And because the yellow flower on this side wants to be on top, we can just copy and paste this stacker. Some of this shape goes in, some goes to the left. And then the result ends up being belted across. And then the last shape being a white gear. We've got the gear up here. Let's tunnel this across to a painter. The painter will need white, which can easily be routed like so. The gear is coming from the left. So we'll need left on top. That comes in. It's routed to the hub. And we need to take from this section here. So if we do this, and maybe just take that, bring it down once more. We can split this line bring it round, have a tunnel underneath. Have to bring that down once more. It's a bit spaghetti-ish, but it works. And I think that's just the last shape done. We'll just check on that. That's going to go incredibly slow because we're splitting this one flower station into 3. So it'll only be running at 33% capacity. However, once we finish with all of these, we'll be okay. Yep. We're not currently using this flower yet, because that is being weighted. Wait. No, we are using that. Never mind. We're not using this yet. But that's not helpful. Okay, we do see that this is slowly counting up. So first off, we're making the yellow flower, and that is going straight into the hub. The yellow flower is also being diverted into the stacker, where we're also making a green flower. The green flower is going on top, and then that's being channeled into the main line that goes all the way into the hub. So that's that second shape here. Going back there, it's not just being channeled into the main line, but it's also coming across into a second stacker with a third line of a yellow flower as well. That's going on top. That's being belted into the main line, into the hub. It's also being diverted where we are starting to produce the final shape with the white gear on top here. And then that's joining the main line again. Alright, looks like from our previous side task we've unlocked another one, which means we no longer need to be producing the yellow flower. We want the white instead. Let's clear this paint of yellow so it's ready for white immediately. Now let's just get rid of this, clean this up a little bit. We don't need the yellow coming through anymore. We should be making the final 2 now. We can now also throw the white flower into the stacker, which means we'll be creating both this shape and this shape. Some of the shapes in this line are going to be just the white, and some are going to be the stacked white and purple. And then they're both coming in here and being stacked on top of the shape on the right, creating both this and the other. Alright, now we could work on getting more shape stations and all of that, but I'm not too keen on doing that again so soon, so I'm happy to just wait, and as these shapes clock in, we'll be able to unlock and just remove the bypasses one at a time. So we'll remove this one, and we'll remove that combining one there, etc., as we have been doing previously. Alright, I think that's about it really, so let's just wait a bit. So the yellow flower is effectively done. Let's go ahead and remove that. Okay, next shape is complete here for the crushing power. I'll mark that as well. So let's remove this shape, which will be that. Okay. So we're no longer just no longer just sending the white flower-ish shape. Now we're just sending this final one in. We just wait for that to build up, and once all of this is complete, we can remove it and send these other two flower stations into each of these painters. This green and yellow shape is also almost done. So let's go ahead and remove the bypass for that. And that'll still continue to count up as we have some in the belt already. So hopefully we have enough for that to reach 1,000. But maybe we didn't. So we've just undone that. And yeah, I'm feeling very safe. Beautiful. Just have 3 to go. Okay, we've got our next shape here. Completed. So that's that whole right hand side done. So we can go ahead and just delete everything here. All of our hard work. Like so. And instead of borrowing from this flower side now, we can instead borrow from the right. So transfer that like so. And have this one come in from over here. And that should speed up that remaining shape here. Wonderful. Our milestone. What's that one? Yeah. Milestone 5, 6 is still coming in with 12 full belts. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and unlock that, netting us another 20 research points. We're really stacking them up now. And this will be our final one very shortly. Okay, we've completed our second last shape now. Which means we can get rid of all of that and simply build this straight into this final stacker. Almost done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is task number 24 now complete. We are looking very fine. Let's go ahead and clean that all up in preparation for our next video. We can leave the colors and I suppose the shapes as is. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed working through those 3 tasks with me. We have completed the CRYOCEPTION badge, the crushing power, and the shield devourer. Until next time guys, I hope you have a blessed week, and bye for now.